welcome to Vine Chat. It is a pleasure to have Laura DiBenedetto, I hope I'm saying this correctly, the author of 6 Habits, Practical Tools for Bringing Your Dreams to Life, to join us. And also, you are the founder of a ammunition company as well.
Co-founder, yes.
Now, here's where I'm going to cite a page. Now, you said...
Shit, do I have to go get my book?
No. You did say that you should stop weighing yourself and love your body the way you are and enjoy ice cream. I absolutely love that. Because
you love ice cream.
Reminded me of Sophia Loren.
Oh, okay, cool. She's awesome.
And she said that, she had a love for wine and pasta. She goes, I'd rather be a size 6 and enjoy wine and pasta than a size 1.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask, is that, you think that love for ice cream or food and wine is a little bit of an Italian upbringing, or just who you are?
Maybe a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B. I don't know. It's hard for me to really analyze that really fairly, but I think that we need to just live, man. Like, I'm not trying to impress other people. Like last night, my husband and I went on a really fun date. We went roller skating and I sucked at it. And who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. I just enjoyed his company and we laughed, and I almost fell on my face a couple times. I accidentally pushed a kid down. Oops, sorry. And it's just like, we spend so much time living to impress other people or earn their approval. But what would happen if you actually approved of yourself? Being size 10 is not a moral failure. I like ice cream. I do. I'm sorry. And I like bougie stuff too. I don't want to live a hollow, dimensionless life all in the pursuit of other people approving of me. Screw that. Like right now, I'm 146 pounds, which is 20 pounds too much for me. I do not care. I go to the gym now because I want to be strong and muscular. And if I never, ever, ever get below 146, I'm fine. Like, I love me. I've got curves. It's not stopping me from getting laid. It's not stopping me from having fun. And it's certainly not stopping me from having like amazing oxtail that I had with my husband last night. Like, I want to live well. Do I want to be obese? No. I mean, there's obviously boundaries, but it's like, once upon a time, like, society used to celebrate women with full figures. I'm gonna go ahead and advocate we bring that back, because it is a sign of doing well and fertility and beauty and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, if you happen to look like a stick figure, that's cool, but I don't. I like ice cream. I like pasta. I like meat. I like to enjoy what I'm doing. Otherwise, why do it? Even when I work out, like, there's almost joy in the suffering. And I like pushing myself. If I don't like it, I don't want to do it. Life is too short to suffer. Why are we suffering?
I tell people we have to suffer in life. We have to suffer through people. We should not have to suffer through food and wine.
Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Some people really require some suffering. That's all I'm going to say on that.
You mentioned flossing as an example in your book.
Yeah.
And my flossing improved when I started putting containers of flossing in the car, in my office downstairs, in the kitchen. Do you think that sometimes it's just a matter of, rather than walking to the bathroom where you have your toothbrush to get the floss, just having things that you should be doing more handy in front of you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my book, The 6 Habits, is all about mental habits. What you're mentioning is a physical habit. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. James Clear wrote a great book called Atomic Habits. I'd recommend that everybody read it. Attaching it to something you already do, like brushing your teeth, or having it around you, or making it a reward, or whatever. For me, and much to my husband's dismay, I have containers of flosser sticks all around my house, and I guess I'm just nasty because sometimes I'll just leave one on my desk and use it again. And the whole audience cringes. You're disgusting. Yeah, but guess what? I floss. Okay. So come at me. Come on. I can handle it.
Do you think some people use destructive behavior as a defensive mechanism and do not see it as the more powerful tool is instructive and constructive?
Oh, for sure. I mean, people are generally very, very hurt individuals, and um, oftentimes will use drug use or toxic behavior or just a crappy attitude to insulate themselves against the hurt that they perceive they're going to experience out in the world. Sure, absolutely. I mean, I think that we are, gosh, we're very sensitive little creatures, aren't we? We get our little feelings right on the ends of our noses. It doesn't need to be this way. But yeah, I mean, we absolutely use super destructive and unhealthy behaviors to try to keep ourselves, air quotes, safe. They don't, for the record. Spoiler.
I also found your book is good for those who are workaholics.
Mhm. Yes, as a recovering workaholic, I'm pleased by this feedback.
I've been accused of being a salesman first and everything else second. So I thought,
Ouch, man.
oh,
Ouch.
yeah. Boundaries are a healthy thing.
Mhm,
And we set boundaries for our children, but
mhm.
we do seem to have issues setting boundaries for fellow adults.
Mm.
It's just a observation that we have no problem telling our kids here are the boundaries, but telling adults in our lives seems to be a difficulty saying these are my boundaries.
Yeah, that's very true. Have you ever struggled with that yourself?
In all honesty, yes.
Boundaries are simply the rules of engagement. And sometimes we do have to stop engaging, but you didn't give this guy a chance. Really need to have a lot of compassion when it comes to boundaries because other people really, really struggle with boundaries. And, boundaries is almost a bad word to some people. And that's just really crappy, right? We're not trying to hurt anyone. We're not trying to, inflict boundaries on someone. Boundaries are not what you do to someone. It's just the rules of engagement. That's all. Like, this is okay. This is not okay. It's like sex. It's like, no, I don't want that done to me and I don't consent right now. Like it's just, I mean, when you put it in the sexual context, I mean, I'm not trying to be vulgar with you, but it's like when you put it in the sexual context, people understand better. It's simply, I like this. I don't like that. Please do this. More of it, please. Also, never do that again because no thanks. Um, it's the setting of boundaries is actually something that we more naturally can adopt in a sexual setting because it seems like a more appropriate place to do it. Some people don't do it there, and that's not great either. Um, but when we can establish, train, and hold our boundaries in a loving and kind way with other people, we get the most wonderful relationships. Like I've set boundaries with my mom, with my dad, with my husband, with my very best friends. Like, for example, my name is Laura.
Mm.
My bestie has said to me when she's had too much to drink, "Hey, Law." And I'm like, ooh, hard pass. Please don't do that again. She did it again. And then I called her and I said, "Listen, honey, I love you and I know you love me. I literally get instantly angry when I hear law." Okay. Reminds me the one person in the world who's ever called me that. And she's the biggest piece of bleep that I can even describe to you. And she's the only person that done that. And basically, the moment I hear you call me law, I get instantly angry. This is a me issue for sure. But I'm going to ask you for the courtesy of please not addressing me as that again. Would that be okay? And she's like, "Oh my God, I had no idea. You never told me that before." Well, no, because I don't feel like dealing with my stuff. I mean, I'd like to be like the most mentally healthy person in the world, but I got some issues and I don't feel like dealing with this person because she sucks and I don't think about her. Just don't call me Law and we cool. And she's like, "Girl, I got you. I'm never calling you that again. I'm sorry." I'm like, "No apology needed. We done? We done." Like, it doesn't need to be a big bad thing. I mean, even with people who have started following me and they have my phone number, sometimes they'll text me too much. And it's like, "Hey, I really can't have this kind of relationship with you because my availability and my free time are two different things. And my free time goes to me. and my husband not replying to texts. Doesn't mean I don't love you, but I need to put this in this bucket. I have to compartmentalize. Is that okay? And then for people who are like, no, that's really not okay. I want more from you. Well, then how about nothing? Because that's what's on the menu now.
I love the similarities and differences with people that I interview. And I find it fascinating how the audiobooks help you relax.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite as far as the quiet and sitting there, the reading
Hmm.
is kind of, sitting there physically doing it is kind of my meditation.
Sure.
But you discussed visualizing.
Hmm.
And as somebody who's spent 20 plus years in salesman, I really like that.
Hmm.
The trying to explain to non-salesmen that visualization is not dreaming or something like that, but it's actually setting a sales or objective for yourself.
Right. I mean, I think that you need both. I mean, I think that you need to visualize, you need to set a goal for yourself. You need to not just like tra la 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 and just go, you know, objective free throughout life. Like, I don't think that's good. I mean, psychologically speaking, we get much more of a serotonin and
Mhm.
dopamine boost when we anticipate the rewards of something. So the pursuit is healthy for us. So we should have a sense of what we want and then pursue it. Um, but I don't think we should obsess on it. We just need clarity. We need focus.
I also like your statement, happiness is a choice.
Yes, sir. So is misery.
That's true. I mean, you can wallow in it and make that your drink of choice, or you can find happiness. I kind of prefer something a little bit sweeter, which is happiness. Now, here's a question. What made you said you're shy and an introvert? What made you decide to start an ammunition company?
So I'm an introvert. I am not shy.
You're not shy.
No. Maybe when I wrote the book I was, but I'm certainly not shy now. I just don't give a single you know what. I just don't care. There's something beautiful about cresting 40 and be like, wow, look at that. No, I don't care. Um, Starting an ammunition company was actually an extension of all of my beliefs that I talk about in the book. I believe in mental and emotional sovereignty deeply. And I have some pretty strong opinions about the pandemic and most notably the response to it. I think they were extremely psychologically damaging to people. Um, I think our country's on fire right now. And I think if families have a right to have constitutional sovereignty, they should be able to protect their families. And if things go really sideways because our administration is horrific, they can go out and kill dinner if they have to. Like, I really believe that people are given their rights by the Almighty, not by government. Um, my husband is the one that woke me up to a lot of things. He saved me from making choices that could have potentially ended my life. And he saved me from being a sheep. So I hardcore decline anything that strips me of my sovereignty. Now I moved to Hawaii and I moved away because turns out my sovereignty matters to me more than living with, beautiful blue ocean, which I miss all the time, but I need my freedom more because I was seeing what it was doing to me. Um, and I'm a sovereign being. The Lord made me this way. Period. Full stop. Like, it's non-negotiable. I'm not here to negotiate that. And making ammunition for other people who feel the same way is a privilege and a joy. Um, I really believe that people should be sovereign in all ways. You should be financially sovereign, emotionally, physically. It's like, we should be independent. Like, oh, I can take care of me. I don't need your help. I don't need your HMO. I don't need welfare. I don't need this. I don't need you, Dad. I'm good. I had a parent. It's not you. I'm good. Like, I don't need the government or anybody else messing with me. And this is across the board. So this was, oddly enough, you wouldn't think marketing company, then book, then ammunition company, but it's all in the same trajectory towards sovereignty and the ultimate expression of true freedom and responsibility, because that's what sovereignty is. It's freedom plus responsibility. People do not get that. They're like, oh, sovereignty is selfish. Okay, get bent, Becky. That's not what it means. It's freedom plus responsibility. I'm incredibly responsible. I'm incredibly self-reliant. And if the world shut down today, I'd be fine. And not too many people can say that.
How can people purchase your ammunition?
So if you go to sovereignammo.com, that's the easiest way to do it. Sovereign is SOVEREIGN ammo.com.
And how can people purchase your book?
Depends if you want a signature on it. If you'd like an autographed copy, you can go to the6habits.com. That's THESIX habits.com, or you can just go to Amazon. You can also get Audible. I wanted to make sure that people could have it on audio. I myself, I'm a big audiobook appreciator. But I'm also the person that buys the paperback and the audiobook because I love both. So I listen to it and then I take notes and I scribble in the paperback. I feel like I'm defiling something when I do that, but that's how I roll.